One, two, three. Roger, roger. Warning, the following video may contain adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is advised. If you have a problem with this, stop playing this video now. Did you hear me? Stop playing this video if you're a fucking little pussy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cam, getting into it. You were warned. And good morning, Boxing Talking Radio. This is your commentator, lovely fucking host. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Mr. T. Mr. T. Does anybody even know what my name was in Rocky 3 other than Mr. T? In case you don't know, it was Clubber Lang, but everybody calls me Mr. T. You know, and everybody calls Hulk Hogan. They don't call him Thunderlips. Here we go, baby. That does not sound like Thunderlips at all, but anyway, let's get into the boxing commentating now. So, upcoming a fight in the next month between Odlanier Solis and Tony Thompson, Tony the Tiger. You know, baby, yeah. Is that how he talks like this? No, he doesn't talk like all of us. He talks like, I don't know what he talks like. Yeah, I'm gonna go home and have sex with my wife, break her hip. She's gonna need a new hip replacement. That's Tony Thompson for you right there. Let's look him up. Box Rec. Tony Thompson. Tony the Tiger. Great. Tony Thompson. Yes, when is this fight taking place? It's in the near future. We got a while before this fight heads our way. Tony Thompson, 42 years old. He's like George Foreman. Big George. Let me see. It's taking place March 22nd in Turkey. That was my Turkey impression. I don't have a good Turkey impression. It's Odlanier Solis for the IBF Intercontinental Heavyweight title. A Mickey Mouse belt. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Minnie. Mickey Mouse belt. I'm not gonna do Donald Duck. I suck at Donald Duck. Against Odlanier Solis, America versus Cuba. A defective Cuban. He's defective. Better return him to China. Odlanier Solis. I believe he defected from Cuba, and he is now represented by... No, I think he's still Cuban. Maybe he didn't defect. I'm sorry. You are not defective. Put him back on the line. Anyway. So, Odlanier Solis, who is 33 years old, almost 10 years younger than Tony Thompson. Odlanier Solis, the fat ass who Dwyer loves because Dwyer sees himself in Odlanier Solis. He's fat and he can box. He's fucking my idol. Blah, 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 blah. You don't need to have a chiseled body to be a boxer. You can be like Andy Ruiz and Odlanier Solis. Do not discriminate against the fat man. I'm a lawyer. I make $60,000 an hour. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Odlanier Solis versus Tony Thompson, the Cuban. What does a Cuban sound like? A Cuban? You know, he sounds like a cube. He's like, yeah. Does he sound like Antonio Banderas? I've heard that, you know. I'm a Cuban. Very, very nice. like a very soft-spoken Borat. Yes, I'm Cuban. I'm gonna have to look that up. You know, the Cubans don't sound like Mexicans, do they? CC, yes, I'm Cuban. Yes, Cubano. I have no fucking clue. Odlanier Solis versus Tony Thompson. I've never been that impressed with Odlanier Solis. He's looked pretty shitty against some people. I think he fought. Who did Odlanier Solis fight? He fought. I think believe he fought. Who was it? Was it Leif Larson? Who actually looked pretty shitty against. And I actually thought Leif Larson won that fight. Honestly. I know, call me crazy, Dwyer. No, Dwyer. Anyway, against Tony the Tiger Thompson, you know, who's famous for beating the crap out of David Price. David Price, yes, you just scrambled me senses. I didn't know where the fuck I was, which is code for I got knocked the fuck out. Now I'm going to make a comeback against tomato cans. I'm so huge and lanky. I'm like fucking... I don't know, I'm like a stick figure. I should just get in the fucking ring with fucking Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury already. The price is right. Anyway, Tony Thompson, I fucking hate you. You ruined my life. Anyway, okay. Tony Thompson versus Odlanier Solis. Get down to it. Who do I think's gonna win? Finally, I'm getting down to it. Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize. I think... Oh, sorry there, I got cut off. Having technical difficulties. But let's get down to the shit. Who do I think is gonna win this fight? Honestly, I want to go with Tony Thompson. I really do. He gave the heavyweight champion way more trouble than Odlanier Solis gave the other heavyweight champion, Vitaly Klitschko. I want to go with Tony Thompson, but Thompson's latest showing against Kubrat Pulev and just the way he, in my opinion, threw the fight means that he's just not into it anymore. You know, so I want to go with Thompson. I really do. But you know what? Because I'm not that impressed with Odlanier Solis. I really am not. I think he struggled with some guys he really shouldn't have, such as, this may have been earlier in his career, but I think he struggled with, what was that guy's name? Who did he, he's that fat guy from, like, Spokane, Washington. What the fuck was his name? Chauncey Williver, a really well-known journeyman who's really shit, and Odlanier Solis really struggled with him. That's why I don't really like Odlanier Solis. But you know what? I just have such a hard time going with Thompson. Normally, I would go with Thompson in this, but you know, let me say this. I'm gonna go with Odlanier Solis. I wouldn't do this normally. Sorry, Tony Thompson. Let's go to Tony Thompson for an interview about how he feels about me betraying him. He was my idol for knocking out that boom Davy Price. Let's go talk to Tony Thompson. Now here's our interviewer, voice impressionist for Cleveland.
Hello, Tony Thompson. This is Cleveland from The Family Guy. Do you have any comments on what Boxing Talk Radio has said about you?
Well, man, you know, I'm just gonna have to suck it up, you know. I'm gonna have to throw this fight, because I know I'm just in it for the money now. I'm as old as fucking George Foreman was when he was selling those fucking grills, you know, so I'm just in it for a paycheck.
So, you're saying you threw the fight with Kubrat Pulev?
Oh, hell yeah, I threw the fight with fucking Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev's a piece of shit, you know. I just threw that fight because everybody's fucking got a fucking, hard on to see Kubrat Pulev lose to Vladimir Klitschko, because they think, oh, Kubrat Pulev's never been knocked out before, but let's see Kubrat Pulev get fucking knocked the fuck out.
Well, thank you, Tony Thompson. I'll go back to doing my bad other impressions.
Fuck. I thought I had a good Cleveland impression, you know, but, goddamn, I gotta work on that.
I was gonna stick to my Stewie impression. Yes, my Stewie impression. So yes, that's my review. I think, Odlanier Solis is gonna win this. Now, fuck, I suck at that.
Lois Griffin impression.
Pina.
God, that sounds just like my fucking, I gotta work on that. Just sounds just like my Cleveland impression. So, Odlanier Solis, I'm sorry. Tony Thompson has just not shown anything to me as of late. I think his win over David Price is not as great as people thought, because David Price isn't actually that good to begin with, you know, so I'm going with Odlanier Solis, unfortunately, even though I don't really like Odlanier Solis. You know, most of my knowledge of Odlanier Solis is obviously the Vitaly Klitschko loss, and, you know, maybe Odlanier Solis would lose by some sort of stupid fluke accident like that, but barring that, I'm gonna have to go with Odlanier Solis, and honestly, I'm gonna go with Odlanier Solis by decision. That's what I'm going with. Odlanier Solis by decision. I'm going with a Cuban this time. Yes, sir. Yep. Cuban, yes. I don't know how Cubans talk. I'm assuming, you know, it's probably ignorant to say I think it's like how Mexicans talk.
Si, yes. The Cubano wins this one, yes. You win this one. He's a very good fight. Check it out, yes. Till next time, this is Boxing Talk Radio with my shitty impressions.
Check you later.